What's going on, Bravo 2 crew? JB here at Skylark Field in Killeen, Texas. Beautiful day for flying today. It's about 99 degrees. It's pretty warm, but we're gonna try and, as I used to ask my students, climb and maintain 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna go out and fly the Yellowbird today. Also, I just wanted to incorporate this flight to be somewhat of a preparation for those who may be considering taking flight training. Generally, a 150 is what you will be flying in. So, or 172 or a Piper or something like that, but kind of get an idea of what to expect whenever you come and take a discovery flight, so that when you get there you'll have a little bit more of an idea. So let's go take this video discovery flight. Just connecting that. Oh yeah, that looks good. Well, we've reviewed all the documents in the airplane that we're supposed to review. Maybe that'll be something in the comments if y'all know what that is so far. Go ahead and leave what documents we have to have in the airplane to fly the airplane. And I have my documents as well. We're sitting at about a quarter tank of gas on both sides, so let's go put some gas in this thing. All right, guys. So we're gonna head over to the fuel pumps here. Anytime we're in an airplane and we're gonna make communications, we want to say who we are, where we are, and what our intentions are. So if we break it down to that, it makes talking on the radio a lot less intimidating. So as you progress in your flight training, you'll be talking on the radio a lot. So I'm at a non-controlled airport, so I'm just going to let the pilots in the area know on the frequency, the common traffic advisory frequency, that we're going to taxi to the fuel pumps. Skylark traffic, Cessna 4068 uniform. We're at the east hangars. We're going to be taxiing to the fuel pumps. Skylark traffic. All right. Here we are. Going to make our left turn here. Your left. And I'm just going to add a little bit of power just to get the aircraft rolling. So a little tidbit of information. More than likely you're going to be filling up your own gas at some point, especially if you want to get your own airplane or something. So you have this little grounding cable. We're going to pull that until it stops clicking, and then we're going to get 2 or 3 clicks in and it should stop like that. So a lot of the time we see people with a long line that could trip somebody up because they're not doing it properly, I guess. So we're going to ground the airplane like so, and we're going to pull it, like I said, until it stops clicking, and then 2 clicks, and then it'll just set nicely like that. There you go, guys. Little more information for you. Bet you never been taught that before. Same thing with this right here. So we're going to pull that until it clicks, or it stops clicking. Once it clicks, it should stop right there with most fuel pump lines. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We just got fuel. We're good to go now. So on a discovery flight, I keep saying a flight review because I just recently done a flight review, but on a discovery flight, I'm just going to give you the basic rundown of what you can expect when we're out there. So I've got the brake on. I'm looking around. We're all clear here. We're going to taxi to runway 19 at Skylark Field and go do a normal takeoff, go out to the practice area, and let's get this party started. All right, so when we're taxiing, we're using the bottoms of the pedals. When we're on the ground, we're using the bottoms of the pedals, and the tops of the pedals are our brakes. So we don't want to grind the brakes the whole time. We want to use the bottoms of the pedals and just use the aircraft's momentum for our taxi. So since you're in the left seat with me, I'm basically just putting the rudder so that I can put the line right on the inside of my right leg, and that's my viewpoint that I use for taxiing the airplane. So it's easy for me to go back to center line if I get off of center line.
Skylark traffic 6503 Mike, turning left crosswind. Skylark traffic.
You may have your own way of doing it that makes it easier. You may have your own way of learning it, but I've always found that having a viewpoint for landing on the cowling of the airplane, so basically where the nose is, where the camera's pointed right now, is a good point for landing and for good for taxiing as well. So we're going to run over here and do a quick run up, and then we'll get to the runway and take off. Okay guys, we're going to head to the runway here and do us a takeoff. Skylark traffic, Cessna 4068 uniform. We're going to be departing runway 19, southeast departure, Skylark. Alright, we're going to pull out onto the runway. I want to make sure before we do that there's nobody on final. They may have not made a radio call, so that looks clear.
Skylark traffic, Archer 2543 uniform, left base 19er Skylark.
Skylark traffic, Cessna 4068 uniform is departing runway 19, Skylark. Instruments are green. Airspeed is coming alive. Basically just waiting for the aircraft to get speed. Then we're going to lift our nose up at about 55. And let it fly. We're going to climb out about 70. Got miles per hour on this instrument, so about 70 miles per hour climbing out at. But I'm just looking outside to hold this angle outside, so if we hold this angle and we correlate that with the speed inside, we're able to keep our eyes outside and look for airplanes. I want to say hello to my wife real quick down here. Circling around my house here, my dogs are out there running around. But keep in mind, everybody, if you have any questions about different flight maneuvers that you would like to see a video about in detail, I don't know what you want to see if you don't tell me, so I definitely want to know. So let me know. I'm putting those. This is my kind of passion. I love flying small airplanes. I do fly professionally, but really, this is what flying is all about right here, in my opinion. So we're flying to the southeast right now. I'm about a 100-110, so it's more of an east-southeast, and about to fly over this lake we call Stillhouse Lake. It's a nice little area out here. And we're going to get leveled off here at 3,000 feet. But we're in a discovery flight. We're just out here having a good time and getting an idea how they fly the airplane. So now we're going to go out to the right side, looking out past the highway over there. So the same concept, we want to maintain that distance between the horizon and hood of the airplane. Roll into a standard rate turn. And we're going to level off the airplane right at that point. The reason we do this in the beginning is it's a little fun because you get to learn how to control an airplane. Perhaps you've never controlled an airplane before. When you go on a discovery flight, don't be afraid to ask your instructor to show you some things that you want to see in the amount of time that you have. Maybe, again, this is your first time in an airplane and your first opportunity to witness it. And any questions that you have, your instructor or the instructor should be there to help and guide you, because that's what an instructor does. They're a mentor, and they help you achieve your certificates, and they help you to make good decisions. At least they should. So a good discovery flight could mean a good relationship between an instructor and student, and that's much like what I've experienced before with most of my students, as well as Kevin, while we're friends now. So let's go back and do a couple landings. What do you think?
Skylark Field, Harrison 633 is 6 miles to the west, inbound to circle to land, runway 19er, Skylark traffic.
Okay, got a lot of people going in here today. So we got somebody from the west. I'm coming from the southeast.
Skylark traffic, Cessna 6503 Mike, it's upwind on your 19er. We will extend upwind for the 45 entry and circle traffic. Skylark traffic.
Thanks a bunch.
No worries.
Okay, so he's going to extend his upwind. I don't have him in sight, but I see the runway, so I can just imagine where his aircraft is, and we're just going to do a 45 entry here. We're still about 2 miles away, so I'll let them know. Skylark traffic 4068 uniform, about 2 miles now to the southeast, entering the 45 to the left downwind, runway 19 Skylark. It's a little choppy today, a little bumpier down low. You could tell I don't want to say fighting, but I was trying to get the airplane to maintain level flight with minimal control without over controlling the plane to say. All right, I have that traffic inside. He's off to the left of me. He's extending, so that was awful gentlemanly of him. Now I'm just descending down to what we call traffic pattern altitude. Traffic pattern altitude essentially is 1,000 feet above the ground, or whatever's published in the chart supplement for that airport.
Skylark traffic, Harrison 633, 3 miles out. We're going to be circling to land on runway 19er. We're 3 miles to the west. Harrison 633, Skylark traffic. Skylark traffic, Cessna 6503 Mike is extended upwind on the 19er. We'll enter left crosswind on your 19er, and we're looking forward circling approach. Traffic number 3, Skylark.
All right, so we're entering downwind right now, so I don't know if you can get a good idea there, but the runway's right there. We're entering a 45 on the downwind. Skylark traffic 4068 uniform is downwind, runway 19, Skylark traffic. I'm at traffic pattern altitude now, and I'm basically, I'll make a video a little more in detail when I'm able to keep my hands on the controls, if that's what y'all want to see. And we'll run through traffic patterns just to, once you get a little further in training, maybe help you reinforce. So I am abeam the touchdown point at this point. So right now, I am right next to the runway, so I'm going to pull my power back to about 1500 RPM. We're going to get our first notch of flaps in here. And I'm going to pitch the nose down, because pitch controls our
traffic. Harrison 633 is about 2 miles, only about a mile west of the field. We're going to be joining 45 for the right downwind for 19 for a touch and go, Skylark. And we got another traffic on the downwind turning our base.
Skylark traffic 4068 uniform is left base, runway 19, Skylark.
We'll follow behind you guys on base there, number 2, Harrison 633.
Roger. So we're in left base, which means we are on the left turn right before we turn final. I'm going to go next notch of flaps, and I'm looking for about 80 miles per hour on this plane. I'm just pitching for 80, and if it looks like my plane is going to be a little high, I just continuously keep taking out power, because I'm looking outside mostly. All right, we're going to start turning our final turn about right now. Skylark traffic 4068 uniform is turning final, runway 19, Skylark.
Skylark traffic is on 6503 Mike is 2 miles to the southeast at the 1900, looking for.
So I've got 3 notches of flaps. It's 30 degrees in this plane.
Correction, sir.
I'm going to hold about 70 miles per hour, and I've just got an aiming point on the runway. So like say I want to land on the 1,000-foot markers, I'm going to aim for the 3rd center line stripe so that I can float down to where I want to touch down.
Field, Harrison 633, turning base.
This is looking real good.
Runway 19er.
Runway looks clear. Just keeping that airspeed. There's my aiming point. I'm just keeping my nose down until I'm going to start rounding out.
Right base.
I'm going to level the nose above the runway and take my power out at the same time.
633. Oh, okay.
Little right rudder.
Skylark traffic Cessna 6503 Mike is entering left downwind on 19er.
Go. So we've touched down, and we're going to get off on this exit right here. Skylark traffic 4068 uniform is exiting the runway on Delta. Skylark. All right, guys, this seemed pretty basic, but that is basically a discovery flight, just to get you familiar with the airplane, get familiar with the flight instructor, get familiar with maybe the airport that you're going to be going to. It's generally less expensive to start out with than a regular flight lesson would be, just to kind of get you flying the airplane. Generally, once again, you'll get a logbook. You can log that as your very first lesson, and set you up for further flight training. Your very first lesson is going to be a little bit more in depth. The flight instructor flies most of the discovery flight. We usually just let as far as me, I've let the newcomer obviously turn and climb and descend and help me find airplanes, and I also explain different concepts, and much like the landing back there, which is not a very good landing, by the way. I didn't land very good, so I know I'll probably get some people in comments be like, hey man, CFI, that wasn't a very good landing. I'll be honest, I floated that one just a little bit and kind of set it down, but you know, not every landing's going to be a good one, but that's what makes us want to land better the next time. So we're just gonna end it with that one. Hey man, thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, please let us know, because this is what it's all about, is small aircraft, general aviation, and promoting the next pilots, and teaching a culture of safety. Y'all, it's been a pleasure. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We'll see you in the next one.